Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is time for weigh-in and meeting topic. It's been a hot minute since we've actually done this. Wednesdays are a little crazy around here now, and will get crazier because that will be Doug's chemo days. So I am going to try to figure things out. Instead of posting this in the morning, it might post more in the afternoon. We will see. I might switch my day entirely. I don't know yet. Until we get a good routine, is what it is. So it's going to be a quick one because I do not feel good. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I've got a chest cold. Yeah, it stinks. You know, those babies share their germs. But anyway, I didn't want to miss today, so just deal with the coughing and I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Start right away with weigh-in. I was down 0.2. I will take it. Nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, I did what I wanted to do over the holidays, which was maintain. I think my total from like Thanksgiving to now was a 0.2 loss. So to me, that's a maintain. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. But I'm very happy with that. I'd like to drop about 5-6 pounds still, so I need to get back to paying a little bit more attention. I gotta be honest with you, I'm still enjoying, and I think I'm doing fine on the no tracking thing. Do I want to say I'm doing intuitive eating? No, because I didn't read any of the books. I don't know the method. I'm just eating when I'm hungry and stopping when I'm satisfied. I'm allowing myself to have a few treats here and there, but I'm not overindulging. You know, today is Doug's birthday. If you're watching this on Wednesday, I plan on having a piece of cake. I did not look at the calories or the points. I'm sure it is incredibly high. But I will have a piece. I will probably not have a full piece, probably a half piece, but I'm really trying to be smart about things. I got into a really, really bad place with the tracking, and I needed a break. And it's funny because today's topic is all about tracking, but you know, I am not dissing tracking. For me, I got into a bad place with it. It became kind of an obsession, it wasn't good. And that's why I decided to go to no track to see what happened. And so far, so good. I am still going to continue it, but I know I'm trying to keep my throat dry, sorry. I keep my throat wet so I don't cough. I know that if I need to track, it's there. I'm still weighing and measuring because I believe that is such a huge part of things. And I told you before, I can get a little too generous with myself. So anyway, down 0.2, let's get to the topic, which is tracking. I'm going to put this down and not bother you anymore with it. Okay, how to build a tracking routine. Fact, people who track their food more often lose more weight. So how do you get yourself to track more? Make it just another part of your routine, like brushing your teeth, pouring a morning coffee, or checking your email. Try this. Which tracking style makes it feel easier? Now, when we're talking tracking, everybody tracks different things. You either track Weight Watcher points, you track calories, you track macros. Some people just track their carbs. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever works for you and whatever you can sustain doing. That right there is the main point. And it also doesn't make sense to track things that you are not using. If you're doing Weight Watchers, you're tracking your points. Those points are scientifically formulated, supposedly, to give you what you need nutrition-wise if you are eating a good, whole foods, healthy diet. So in reality, you shouldn't need to track your macros. But a lot of people like to double track because sometimes points are a little bit wonky. Like I know for me, I was having a struggle with using a lot of full fat and real products that I know are better for me, but the points were astronomical, whereas the calories weren't. So I did a lot of double tracking, and I get that. And I think that could have led to my burnout. Really, honestly and truly, I believe that led to my burnout, was the double tracking. And that's why then I stopped tracking points and just tracked calories. I have never ever tracked macros. The program I use does track my macros, but I really never paid attention to that. And maybe I should have, I don't know. But right now I'm doing okay, so that's what I'm sticking at. Do I get enough protein? Probably not. Do I get enough fiber? Probably not. Are they things I think about? Absolutely, and I try to work on that. I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. So if you feel yourself getting burned out with tracking, and you are at a place in your journey where you need to track, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the end, if tracking is key for you, then you need to continue to do it. If you are starting to feel burnt out, you need to figure out why you're feeling burnt out, and you need to adjust that. Like I said, you may be burnt out because you're just tracking too many things. And if you're not using the information that you're tracking, there's no point in tracking it. So maybe back off on something. Maybe you are just tracking points, but you're finding you are hungry all the time and you just want more food or more. Then track your macros. Maybe you're not getting enough fiber. Maybe you're not getting enough protein. Maybe you're not getting enough fats. Fiber, protein, fats, dairy, they all keep us full and satiated. Maybe you're not getting enough of one of those things. So that would be a good time to pull in tracking the macros. Maybe you are tracking points and you are using, all of your points every day and you're still not losing weight. Maybe then track your calories. That's what happened to me. I was using my 23 points a day and I was only eating 700 calories. So that's when I started to double track. When I met that calorie goal of 1,300, things started to change for me. So tracking is important, but what's even more important is what you are tracking for your personal self. I tracked points at the beginning and I did great. That's how I lost all my weight, with just points. But then when things started to change for me, when menopause started hitting, when I started having joint issues, that's when I started looking at nutrition and looking at other ways to track. So don't feel like you are locked into one thing. Don't feel like you can't change things up to suit your health needs, because you absolutely can. Just make sure that you're not going to burn yourself out over it. So it says, so this is all about tracking this week. So we're just going to kind of go broadly on the tracking. Of course, this is a WW meeting topic, so they are going to be talking about points, but really, honestly, it's for any kind of tracking that you do. So it says, what tracking style makes it feel easier? Tracking an entire day's food all at once or as you go? Saving often tracked foods and meals, or tracking from scratch every time? Tracking before or during or after you eat? So they are definitely the three big ones, and you need to figure out what works best for you. Back when I was counting points and I made my weekly menu, I put the points in next to it. So I was sort of pre-tracking my entire week without even thinking about it. If I wanted to have a high point breakfast, I'd have a low point lunch and dinner. If I wanted to have a high point dinner, I'd have a low point breakfast and lunch. I was able to manipulate it to fit my life a little bit easier. So that may be a thing. You may be an eat on the go, eat on the fly kind of gal or guy. So you need to track in the moment. And that's okay too, as long as you are tracking in the moment and not waiting till the end of the day because, if you had this 15-point breakfast and 15-point lunch, you are well over and you have nothing left for dinner. So you need to track that as you're going so you know where you are at if you are a fly-by-the-seat kind of person. If you're a planner, you can do it the other way. So there's definitely different ways to do it. And guys, there's not one way that's right or wrong. The only thing that's wrong is if it's not working for you. The only thing that is right is if it is working for you. And what's working for you may not work for me. What's working for Sharon down the street may not be working for you. So find your own niche and don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid. This week say, you know what? I'm going to count macros. I just want to see where I am. Do it. See where you are. And then you might say, oh my God, I hate tracking macros. I'm getting burnt out and I know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to track points. That's perfect too. Change it up. There's nothing wrong with changing things up until you find what you are comfortable with and what works for you. So it says, what strategies have worked well for you? Taking pictures of your meals to track later on. Tracking at certain times of the day, using the barcode scanner, and that's on pretty much every app now, whether you're using Lose It or MyFitnessPal or WW, or what's the other one? iHealthy. Use the quick add feature to guesstimate or something else. And a lot of people have gone back to the old-fashioned way, and I call it the old-fashioned way, but it's classic, using a pen and paper, because they need to write things out. So once again, it doesn't matter what you choose to do. Just make sure it's the right thing for you. So use your answers to determine how you will track. Like I said, if you're a fly-by-the-seat kind of person, you need to track at every meal. If you're a planner, pre-plan your week or your days or whatever. But don't be so regimented that if something comes up, and things are going to change that you have a meltdown. You have to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable. So you need to decide what is 100% right for you. And then it says, we talk a lot about tracking. And if you're new here, get ready to learn more because the science is clear. More tracking equals more weight loss. Why? Because tracking makes you aware of what and how much you are eating. And it's the first step to any meaningful change. If I was just starting out, I'd be tracking like crazy. But because I've been doing this for so long, that's why I needed the break. And don't be afraid of that. But if you are just starting out or if you are just revitalizing your journey, definitely get that tracking in there because it might open your eyes. And I am a firm believer of when you're out of points or calories for the day, you're done eating. Am I saying not to go over? Absolutely not, because we're all going to go over at some point. Am I saying not to use your weeklies? No, I am not, because that's what they're there for. But when you are consistently going over your points every single day, and when you are in the negative for your weeklies every single week, that's a problem. That is 100% a problem, and you need to correct that behavior. And if you feel that you're just eating too much food because you're hungry all the time, you need to take a look at your food choices and make better ones. Because if you're eating just a lot of snacks and fluff, you're not getting the nutrition you need and you're not keeping your body satisfied and satiated. I don't care if there's a miracle 1-point cupcake or a miracle 1-point brownie. If you're eating 10 of them and using 10 points on that kind of stuff, you're not nourishing your body. There's a huge difference between feeding your body and nourishing your body. You need to nourish your body. And by eating 10 1-point cupcakes, it may keep you in your points, or 10, 100-calorie cupcakes or whatever it is. It may keep you in your points range or your calorie range, but it's not nourishing your body and it's not giving you the fuel you need to be satisfied and satiated. So stop with the chips and stop with the crap food and eat real food. I know it's not a popular statement. I know it's not. And look at your food. All these protein chips and protein cookies and protein waffles and protein this. It's really still junk food. The protein chips are really still junk food. If you want good, sustainable protein, eat a chicken finger. You're getting better protein by eating a chicken finger than you are a bag of protein chips. When it comes down to it, it's still junk food. Am I right? Yes, I am right. Am I saying not to have them once in a while with your lunch or a sandwich? I'm absolutely not saying that. Because they're, for some people, it's the better choice. Honestly, I don't eat that stuff, so I don't know about the ingredients, but I'm guessing there's seed oils in there, and that's a big red flag for me. So I would rather eat a small serving of the regular avocado-based potato chips with no seed oils than something that touts they are a protein chip that has a bunch of crap in it. That's just me. You might be different, and guess what? It's okay. Because we all have to make the choices that are best for us. What's best for me may not be best for you. But I just want you to take a good look at your health and your nourishment and maybe think about switching things up. And you may say, my health is fine. Maybe it is. But maybe, maybe your hips or your knees or your ankles have been bothering you lately. And maybe it's because of the seed oils in the things you're eating. We don't know. But maybe try something else to switch things up. That's all I have to say about that. We all have to we're all adults and we all have to make our own decisions. But look closely at what you are eating. Look closely at the ingredients in them. Because not all things that are touted as health food are health food. The big one, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves, is granola bars. Most of the time, granola bars are just candy disguised as, whole grain or high in fiber. And they contain seed oils. They contain, other things. That and yogurt. Yogurt's another big one. Truly look at the ingredients in your yogurt. Your yogurt should just be milk and active enzymes. That's all it should be. There shouldn't be any artificial and natural flavorings because natural flavorings aren't natural. There shouldn't be any dyes. There shouldn't be any sucralose. There shouldn't be any, things like that. Really, truly look at your labels if you are having issues in other things in your life. If you're not, then you do whatever. But if there's something you think might be a little off, start looking at your ingredients. How this got into this after tracking, I don't know. It's because it's a passion of mine. You know that. I am sorry. I apologize. Back on track. Get it? Back on track. So it says, what is tricky is that tracking takes time and effort. And we humans prefer doing stuff that's easy. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So leaning into what makes tracking feel seamless for you can help you work it into your day and stick to it. And that's one of the things about Weight Watchers. They have simplified things. They have simplified it into points so you don't have to track all that other stuff. If you're struggling with tracking and you're a WW member and you're trying to track everything else, maybe just stick to points. Or pick one thing that's important for you, whether it be saturated fat or calories or protein. Pick one and track that. But if you are struggling, let something go. Because it's better to track less stuff than it is to not track at all because you got burnout. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Set guidelines and reminders. For example, if you track after every meal, open the app as soon as you clean your plate and track it. For all at once trackers, set an alarm on your phone and track it then. If you are a first thing of the day tracker, make that as part of your morning routine, just like brushing your hair and brushing your teeth is. And then it says forget perfection. Tracking consistently with fewer details is better than getting burned out. That's kind of what we just talked about. trying to log every single bite, ingredient, and exact portion. We hear this a lot when people go out to eat. I don't know what to track. Give it something. Give it higher than you think. That's fine. Or, you know, if you go to the mom and pop Mexican restaurant on the corner, they're not going to be in any app. But maybe Chipotle or Don Pablo's or something else, another Mexican restaurant, is in the app. So use that to track. While it may not be perfect, it's something. You're getting something in the tracker. It says no matter where you are on your journey or what else is going on. And you know, friends, if you watch my channel, we got a lot of crap going on right now. I'm not using it as an excuse not to stay on plan. It says, no matter where you are on your journey or what else is going on, creating or sharpening routines around the most effective weight loss behaviors, like tracking, helps keep you focused and paves the way to your goals. So, like I said, you might think I'm a hypocrite for talking about this and urging tracking when I myself am not doing it. And that's fine. I have broad shoulders. You can think about me what you want. It's just what's working for me now. And I said that. You have to do what's working for you now. One of the things I have not given up is portion control, weighing and measuring my food. For me right now, that is more important than tracking, because if I am eating the correct amounts of things, then I'm doing okay. I can't stress it enough, friends. Do what works for you in the moment. That may switch day in and day out. That may switch week in and week out. You may be on Weight Watchers for 10 years and never, ever try something new. And that's okay too. It's all personal. It is. So do what does for you. And no matter what you are doing, I am here for you. I am here to help you any way I can. I am here to answer your questions to the best of my ability. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a dietitian. I am not a doctor. I'm just a girl on a journey like you who's had some success. And, you know, I'm just trying to do the best I can for me and for my family. And that's all we can ask of anyone. So it's all you can ask of yourself. So give yourself some grace, figure out what works for you, and run with it. So that is it. That is all I have for you today, because I'm going to start a coughing fit. I can feel it coming up. So I'm going to let you go. Not sure when I'll see you. I was hoping to have a 2-day vlog out for tomorrow, but we had a huge bad storm pass through here last night, and our neighbor's carport ended up in our backyard almost. So my filming got kind of wonky, and I don't know. I don't know what, you know, when a video pops up, you'll see it. I thank you for being patient with me, especially with everything that my family is going through right now. I do plan on keeping the videos coming. I just am not sure, you know, what's going to go on with that. So anyway, that is it. I'm done talking. Thank you so much for watching. Do what works for you. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, comment. If you know someone who could use this video, please share it with them. And that is it. Have a fantastic day, my friends, and I will see you all in my next video.